Hello, everyone.
What up, people?
And welcome to PopNerdom.
Yes. The show of all
house
shows.
The only show you need to watch.
The only one ever. Except for the ones we're watching, so then you can know what we're watching. You know what I mean? So,
and also like a couple other podcasts that are
pretty cool.
Actually better.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Better than ours, not because they're better at what they're saying, but they have like people that come over and shit like that. But anyways, besides that, the only one you actually need. I'm your boy Six.
Your boy Hanz, baby.
And we are so excited because we have incredibly good finally. Nothing to complain about. Well, I have one complaint, but that doesn't matter because the complaint is legit and it has nothing to do with anything within the show. It's just really about society. So let's go, baby.
What up?
Because we have plenty to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
We have Little Falcon Winter Soldier episode 2.
R.I.P. Red Wing.
R.I.P. Red Wing. Big spoilers coming, so if you haven't watched, get the fuck out of here.
And then come
back.
Go
watch. And then come back. And we love you when you come back. Right now, get the fuck out.
Yeah, we're not messing with you right now because you in the sauce and you're not even supposed to be here. Like somebody added paprika and the recipe didn't need it.
And it's like basil on eggs.
Yeah.
Like basil does not go on eggs. Like get the fuck out of here, basil.
It might be artisan, but
but
know
that shit's disgusting. So let's get right into Falcon Winter Soldier episode 2, which by the way, what a fucking upgrade from the first episode.
Which I knew what was good. I felt it. The first one let me know that the second one, they were finally going to do something. You know what I mean? Like, because that first one was dried, but that first one, that was an appetizer.
Yeah. Listen, I understand the show had to set up a lot of things.
Sir.
And they were very heavy and emotional things.
Mm-hmm.
However, given that you've been giving episodes whatever length you want, I am thinking today for the first time that first episode, instead of being 40-something minutes long, could have been a half hour long.
What? And then sprinkle the time somewhere else. Yes.
And
I take 2 minutes on episode 2, 2 minutes on episode 3.
4
Remainder
minutes on episode 6.
You know what I mean? Carry over to 4.
Because sincerely, it's not that it wasn't important to put all of that into perspective, what they did. But if I'm being sincere, which I always am, I feel that there was no necessity for all of that episode 1. It felt thick, it felt slow, and it felt draggy a little bit.
Like it's a lot of dry pancakes, yo.
And I know that we talked a lot about the expectations. Maybe not. Maybe we didn't say expectations. But we did say we know this guy, so we want the action. So that is expectation. But if looking at it from another angle, I feel that it's just that what you set up was so much that it doesn't feel like it needed to be there.
Yep.
So this episode, right from the go, fantastic.
We got the HBCU. And that I knew it wasn't a white school for sure. I heard them trumpets going. I said, "Oh shit, there's some soul here, bro." I said, "Damn." I couldn't help but just do. I just wanted a drum line real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then you see his girlfriend's black or mixed or Latino
or other,
or Middle Eastern.
She's not white.
It's something.
She's not Caucasian.
She's not white, right? Not Caucasian, correct. You see his boy, who we find out later is Starbuck, but not Starbuck, sorry, Battlestar. He's and
es un lambón, loco, yo. Yo, I'm sorry, yo. I saw this motherfucker.
Lambonazo.
Hey.
Lambonizo. Lambonasasazo.
No lie, I saw her. I said, "Wow, this motherfucker. Look at this guy. Look at this guy."
This Uncle Tom. I don't want to use the term Uncle Tom, but
he's very jipper. He's a jipper fellow. You know what I'm saying? He's the jipper fellow. He uses words like that.
Yes. So you put this guy, and what I found interesting is that when they give you the U.S. agent, a.k.a. Captain America 2, in the
A.K.A.
first episode.
Stephen B. Roger.
They really, they really make him nothing. You just don't like him because you don't know him and he got the shield.
No, they make him mad.
And then, they spent a lot of time on this episode trying to make him likable.
Trying to color him in, but it's like...
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, and it's interesting because the beginning of the episode, you see him be like, you know, nervous and being a human being and being like, you know, they want me to fill some big shoes, but then he shows a little bit of bravado, which kind of makes sense for a guy that was for the kind of guy that he is, that he's always being a captain, he's being a team captain, he's being a military
first
captain.
Pick,
That's the kind of guy that has to have a little bit of like, I might be nervous, but I'm gonna get this shit done, and don't you fucking worry about it.
So, he got guts.
Yes, he got grit.
I said, that's what you got? You gotta come on with more than that. Like, like America, guts. He got guts. We good. Thanos come back. Don't worry, he got guts.
I got guts is what I'm gonna see when they kick you right in the fucking belly.
Yes,
with one of them super soldier legs.
Cuando le sacan la mierda de una trompa.
One of the things that I actually liked about this episode, because we go from making him, humanizing him in that GMA interview, right, and trying to show that he's an all-American all-star
guy, like,
to seeing Bucky seeing it, and then Bucky going to the Falcon and being like, what the fuck did you do? Yeah. And then I found it interesting that Sam, as a you know, what's that called? People that shit. What do you call somebody that served?
As a vet.
A vet. Thank you. Fuck, that word completely escaped my mind. You can see that he's a vet. That he's like, bro, you ain't gonna come up here and tell me what the fuck I can do, like what rights I have. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, 100-year-old ass. Yo.
Yeah, yo, he was like legit, like, get the fuck out of my face, son. You know where I'm from. And then coming from the last episode where he couldn't get at, you know, like it's just like there's a little bit of spice of
yeah. He's definitely
racial. There's a bit of racial spice. Yeah. Like the fuck out of here.
You chill out. Like chill out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I decided to do that. They gave it to somebody else. I didn't do that.
Right.
I put it in the thing because nobody filling old boy shoes. They brought it out. You know what I mean? Behind my back. Right. It's not like I okayed it. Yeah.
But having said that, this episode has something that the first one was lacking in tropes, that is fucking funny.
It is, yes.
This episode is very buddy cop. The two of them have great banter with each other, including the moment where he's like, you know, the big three.
The one.
And Bucky's like, what the fuck?
But when he was like, I read it in 1937 when it first came out. I was cracking up. I thought this is true.
1937 when it originally came out, he gave him like a little bit of that shit, like bitch.
Like, you like wizards? Well, guess what? I mean, like, shit.
Like the original Wizard Rider, I was there.
Yeah, I was there. Old boy lived down the block. We shared porridge together.
So, they go from arguing about that to figuring out who this, you know, Red Wing found these people, and then they find these super soldiers that they fight. Now,
a flock of them.
Big fucking set piece, incredibly expensive looking. This show, every episode looks like a movie.
Dog, and this show is, every time I see this show and I see good CGI, I'm like, nobody in DC wants to pay somebody from Marvel to come over.
But also, I mean, I just can't believe that, because they keep saying this is the same budget as a movie. I can't believe that. I just don't believe it.
Well, somebody's doing more with less, yo, and somebody over there needs a raise, dog. That's all I gotta say. Cause yo, the CGI is good, but I'm a big CGI person, yo.
Yeah, you're right. But it's one or the other. You're absolutely right. Either somebody's doing their job really well, really cheap, really fucking well, really cheap, or they're lying about how much it's show costs.
Yeah, they're keeping it on the low ski. Like, yo.
Yeah, it only costs about $100 million. It's like, nah,
that's
son.
what you think. Oh, yeah. Throw a number out there. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it costs.
Yeah.
Crying inside, like, do you know that you're my hero?
I love the point where Bucky mentions the White Wolf. Because
me too. Love that.
It's a big comic book character from the Black Panther world, and that's what they call them in the Black Panther movie. So like it's linking all of the things together, and also,
little things like that.
Let me ask you something. Do you think this happens right after Infinity War?
Yeah.
Or Endgame,
right.
Sorry, I should say.
Yeah. Right after.
Like Endgame. Right after.
Right after.
It has to be. It has to be before WandaVision.
Yes.
Or at the same time. At the same parallel. Parallel.
Maybe this is arcing when WandaVision is starting, and it dies when WandaVision is arcing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I definitely get that. Like, not a lot of time has passed by, and people are very much still digesting. Honestly, I think it's even too soon for a new Cap. It would give people 100.
But I think that's what I think.
That's why he's taken back. You know what I mean? That's why he's taking.
Yeah, that's some of the things that Rylo kind of pushed
because he feels like it was too early for me to decide to take the job. I think it's too early for y'all to choose somebody else when the dude chose me.
Right.
And, I'd have stole that shit. You know me, I'm petty, nigga. That shit would have been under the seven oceans somewhere, dog. And Davies Crockett's locket, dog. Like, what's up? The fuck out of here.
Come arrest me again.
Yeah.
That shit is mine. What?
Come
that
ask me again if I'm going to take the job or not. I'm going to show you America.
The shield is mine anyway, so fuck y'all. Which was interesting because he says to Bucky, there's a line that he says to Bucky that's interesting where he's like, what do you want me to tell America that I want my shield back?
Yeah. And also, too, when he goes, you don't think I made, like, why can't you fathom that I made the right decision for myself?
Right.
Like, it might not be the right decision for the Captain America monarch, you know what I mean? The totem, you know what I mean? But it's for what, he's like, I don't want to be compared to the white man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to, you know what I mean? But also the idea, I mean, it's a lot of interesting points there, which I think, and, if you guys want to let us know in the comments what you think. Yes, please let us know, man. What do you guys think about him handing over the shield and they immediately hiring somebody? Do you think that's something like, do you guys think it was something pre-planned? They were just waiting for him to hand the shield? You know what I mean?
Right.
Or do you think they found John Walker, Stephen B. Rogers, just sporadically?
I think because you're right. I think they were prepping for it. But here's another thing that I want to ask you. Do you think for Sam there is a sense of those shoes are too big to fill out of respect? Or do you think it's more like what you said, like, I don't want to be Black Captain America. I just want to be the Falcon.
And that's why the thing with the little kid. No, you're Black Falcon. He's like, what are you then? Black kid? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, he don't want to be Black Captain America. He doesn't. He
don't want to be Black anything. He just Black.
He wants to be.
That's it.
Him. He wants to exist. Right. You know what I'm saying? Without the label.
Yeah. There are a couple of things that are jumping on because I have notes all over the place and we're jumping all over the episode. But listen, when they first find those guys and they get on top of the trucks and they start fighting, it seems to me like they know that the Falcon is coming. But that's cemented at the end of the episode when they are living and loading the shit into the plane.
Yep.
Where they're coming. They have to have somebody on the inside.
Yeah. Yes. There's no
question.
There's no question.
then you know,
because there's no way in heck that girl is hiding in there when there's a perfectly fine seat in the truck.
Right.
Who does that?
Right, and it just looks like a setup. So here, there's that. Also, interestingly, the idea that she gets a text saying, "You got something that's mine, and I'm gonna kill you for taking it." Right? Is that what the text says? It says something like that.
Yeah, yep. Like you got something that's mine, and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna something like that.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm coming for your ass, basically.
I'm coming, basically. And so it just seems to me like within itself, there's fractions, right? Like within
the bad guys,
command,
yes.
right?
Yep.
But also very importantly, I also think that whoever is above is just directly talking to her like, I'm gonna get your ass. So how does she trust when somebody's telling her like, yo, they're coming? But it's just too perfect, like that they know. Like they know, like we have 3 minutes before they get here.
Yeah,
that's just way too specific information.
Too specific. Yeah, yep.
For you to be like, oh no, I figured it out because security.
Yep, and that's somebody that's cool. That's somebody that is one separation away. They're not exactly, because they could only give them a time. You know what I'm saying? They're
right.
Like, you know what I mean? They couldn't be like, yo, right. They're there. They're like, yo, they're on their way. I don't know what time they're gonna arrive. But it should be between this time.
But when you're saying
time.
3 minutes out, that means you're in a car somewhere. You'd be like, yo, we're 3 minutes out. You better fucking get the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that was very interesting, and I think is one of the most important things that happened here. It's one of the things that got me pissed off about this. For 2 different reasons. One, the gorgeous representation of racism in this episode specifically was,
and the non-cheesy, non-pandering of it too.
Yeah,
yo. It wasn't cheesy. It wasn't like, oh, we're doing this just because it's a black character. It felt necessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it felt necessary. You know what I'm saying? Because they made another thing that they did in the first episode was show you that he's a regular dude, dog. Like outside of the wings, when you don't got the wings off, bro. He's a regular dude. He's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
He's just
and so, but Felipe. A black guy in America from the South.
Mm-hmm.
Eh? So like those things really play a big thing. But seeing this super soldier that, so in the comic books there was a story and I can't remember the name of it, and I know that on last week's Fat Man Beyond, they talked about the character. And I think it's this guy, Isaiah. It might be the same guy or not. But there was a story in which the first person to take the super soldier serum was a black guy.
Yeah, because they experimented on.
Like everything they did in World War II. And that black guy, after he passed taking the super serum thing, they used him for the war. They never made him Captain America. And then they put him into jail. I do remember in the Ultimates universe, which is kind of sort of what the Marvel universe is based on, where they make Nick Fury black for the first time and they use Samuel L. Jackson as an image to draw him up on.
Yeah.
In the comic books, they said that Sam Jackson also was, not Sam Jackson, sorry, Nick Fury was also a black guy from World War II that they gave the super serum for soldier to. And because he was black, they kind of misused him, not to give him a shield. But then eventually, when shit kept changing, he became the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that kind of makes sense in that comic book, in that universe. So I love that they really didn't, like you said, it was necessary. They didn't hide from truths that we've lived through.
Exactly. They're not like, oh, because it's the Marvel world, and then you can just put it on and people are going to accept you. You know what I mean? And everything. No, it's like there's there's layers to it, multiple layers to why he don't want to do it.
Right. And so also for him to be pissed, like, why the fuck didn't nobody tell me that there was a black super soldier since the 50s. And Bucky's response, which was, you know, an honest response, I suppose, was, you know, we put him through enough. I didn't want to
add
put
more
him through
stress,
so more. Right. And so, you know, I mean, that makes sense. But the part that pissed me off is the following. After you got that very emotional, like you got a black super soldier and you entail nobody, and then Sam have the right to be pissed, right? The police show up.
Yep.
Well, the police happen to be around the corner, and then they see them, and they're like...
You see them arguing, yep.
Yeah, and they're like, is there a problem? Is this guy bothering you? And then Bucky's like, the fuck? Do you know who this is? You know, like that moment that Bucky's like, do you know who this is? And Sam reacting like most of us react. Because as people of color, when police ask you for shit... Listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth. When a police officer stops me and asks me for my ID, I don't talk to them.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah,
I take out my wallet.
Same here.
I give him my ID. I don't say shit. I don't ask questions. Just let me see your ID. What are you doing here? Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't engage because I don't want to get shot. And this is the truth.
I mean, I don't mess with the police. I don't need to be. I don't need to be telling you anything more than what you ask. You know what I'm saying?
Done
as simple as that. You know?
Only one time. There's only one time I was peeing on the train. I know this started wrong already, but I was peeing on the train station, and a cop calls me over, and he's like, "What are you doing over there?" And I said, "Well, I was peeing." You know, he goes, "Why?" And I said, "Well, I'm diabetic." He goes, "Save it for the judge." So he asked me why, and then he said, "Save it for the judge." And then I said, "So you just asked me a question to say that line?" And so it was him. It was like this little officer. I was like 19 when this happened. I'm 43. This was a long time ago. It was a little officer, and there was a female officer that was with him that was writing out the ticket. And I said, from this moment on, I'm only going to talk to you. And then I turned and I gave him my size. The only time I've been fresh with the police. But, you know, I was 19. That's what you do when you're 19. And get your ass kicked, right? And then he's like, "What? You want me to fucking arrest you?"
Give him a little sauce.
Like, here's my ID, ma'am. Is there anything else you need, ma'am? And she was actually laughing because he really felt like he was big shit, big shot. Because he gave me a line like if it was a movie. "Save it for the judge." Then why the fuck you asking me? So
I wasn't trying to tell you anyway, Mr. Officer.
You know what I'm saying? So it was good to have Sam react like a lot of us do.
Not the uppity, not like, nah, I ain't showing them nothing. I'm not doing anything. What the hell?
Right, like I ain't doing shit. Like why the fuck I gotta show you nothing for?
We're friends. We're having an argument. You know what I mean? Like mind your business, dog. Like,
yeah, you're an officer of the law. This is nothing to do with law. This is an argument between friends. Mm-hmm. You know. Anyways, I don't want to get down that path because that's a very gray path, and really, you know, you don't know what ends on what. I don't know. I think that he's having an argument with his boy. Cops come over and see a black guy having an argument with a white guy and say, "Is this guy bothering you?"
Yup.
But what pissed me off, and this is the thing that I want to say, after having Isaiah being shown as the super soldier that nobody fucking knew about and got used, by the way, and did 30 years in prison, and after having Sam go through some racial profiling to the extreme, then they kind of take all of the punch of that by saying, "Oh, we're gonna arrest the white guy in the scene because he also could get arrested."
That's a Disney, you know. That's the Mr. Barnes. You have an arrest.
Yeah,
peacefully too. But
it took all.
I feel like it was to show how they handled a black man that they don't know what he did. Mad aggressive, but they know this white man, and he has an actual warrant, so he's the guilty of the party, quote unquote. You know what I mean? But still, it's still nice. It's still very, very cordial, Mister. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's very true. But what I think is that it took all the air out of the situation that was incredibly tense, and I think it took the air out for the wrong reasons. It took all the air out in a way that didn't make sense to me, because it was like, oh, so you're gonna equate a police officer harassing a black man with arresting a white man that didn't go to therapy, which you can even put it together as mental issues in this country, which are also a problem, and you're gonna put them all together in one bunch of things because they're the same. And I think that shit, it pissed me off. Like, I got very fucking like intensely pissed, and I didn't say anything. I'm watching with Stephanie, but I was like, pfft. And she noticed it, and then after the show she was like, what happened? And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, so you get harassed as a black person just for having an argument with your friend, but that's almost the same as let's arrest the white guy to make it fine, because it's the same. And it does not equate.
It's the Marvel balance. It's the Marvel convenience.
I'm sorry, Disney. Sorry, it does not equate, and I'm sorry if that wasn't your intention, but that's how it reads to me, and I don't know if that's how it reads to you. I don't know how you guys read it. Put it in the comments too, how you think it reads to you, because it's funny too to see the perspective of people depending on where they are,
what they've been through. You know what I'm saying?
What they've been through. Like, have you ever been harassed by cops just by the way that you look? Because it's very different. Everybody that's going to come in and tell me, oh, I get stopped by cops too. Yeah, but you don't get stopped by cops just because of how you look.
You was probably wilding. You know what I mean? Like, you was probably loud and obnoxious. You was probably drunk. You were probably
driving a certain way. Your light is out and you need to be stopped, and nobody fucking talk back to you. But I've been harassed by cops just from walking down the street. That's happened to me. And it's only because I had an afro. Like, there's no other reason. That I was doing nothing. I wasn't bothering nobody. It was 3 a.m. and I'm walking down the street. What are you doing walking down the street?
Minding my business.
I'm walking.
I'm going home.
I'm walking.
The only way I can get home is walking.
What else am I doing? Like, what does it look like I'm doing? I'm putting one foot in front of the other. Oh, and that's one of those situations where I was like, I'm walking home. And they were like, well, and why are you walking over here? It's like, because this is the way home. I mean, and I was getting fucking incensed because, and one of the 2 officers was just being like, come on, like, kind of like, leave it alone. But the one guy kept being like, and where are you coming from? And I was like, I'm coming from my girl's house. What difference does it make where I'm coming from?
Like, what do you want? House. Like, you're not stopping Pablo Escobar, bro. You're just stopping Pablo. You know what I mean? Like, bro,
for no fucking reason. So, if you've never experienced that, I don't want to hear I've been stopped. Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, I want to hear it. Actually, I do. I actually do want to hear it, and I want to see how that read to you, that part of the episode, because it fucking got to me. It made me very angry.
Yeah, the Mr. Barnes. I was like, that's sweet.
Yeah, that's sweet. Yo, nigga, what you doing, nigga? Who you bothering here, nigga?
Yo.
Is that a problem with this nigga? But Mr. Barnes. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. If it's okay with you, can we arrest you? If that's okay with it, is it okay?
Is it okay?
You want to arrest you in 2 hours? Yeah. In 2 hours? No, okay. Anyways, maybe I'm getting too political for what it is, but that's the way I read it. Sorry. To end the episode, we get a little bit of pointing at Major Zemo, whom I believe sent the text to the girl.
Yes,
I'm gonna kill you was my shit. And he's very smart. He showed it. He's so smart they made a whole movie about how smart he is. Yeah, about fucking shit up. Mm-hmm. So I can't believe that he's driving the situation to a point where they gotta go talk to him. Although I still don't know. Well, they gotta talk to him because of Hydra. So he's the only Hydra guy that they can talk to. So all in all, the episode incredibly good. Mm-hmm. I think it was. So far, it's the best fucking episode of that.
Yup, solid. Yup, solid.
Up and down.
Yup.
Up and down. And a lot of fun to watch. It's funny. It was fun. It had action. It looked massively fucking expensive.
Yes, it did.
Massively. And it was just good. It was well balanced. It was a lot of fun.
Not too serious, not too funny, not too lighthearted.
But anyways, I mean, we've already.
How many episodes does this season have?
I think it's 6 6 episodes.
Wow, 6?
It's
Okay.
really short.
Okay, damn.
It's really short. And that's why they only did a little bit of episodes at the beginning. You know, I just saw this today because I was trying to see it's six episodes,
Wow.
which might be maybe it's a little bit over a movie budget, you know? Like it might not be as
I want to watch them. I want to see how it plays out. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah. This episode really rekindled my love.
Because not for nothing, if all of them, if the rest of the 4 are like this one, all right, you can get some done. You can get something, you know what I mean, worth my time. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, this episode made me like these guys a ton. Made me like them a ton.
Make me care. Make me care about them. Honestly, yo.
Yeah, and speaking about shit we like and care about, Invincible. Also, yesterday, Friday, it fucking came out on Amazon. I think
dropped a bomb on these hoes.
Yo, Amazon, if people be sleeping on Amazon be coming in with the fucking jabs, and then it's like, pop, pop, and leave. Like,
yup.
Knock a motherfucker out and be like, all right,
with the jab, yo. Because they still, if you ask me, they're still last place in like the streaming thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yo, they'll jab you every now and then and hit you with some shit like yo.
But you know, it's funny that you say that because right now, if you go through what I'm watching the most, I watch Disney the most, streaming, Disney, Amazon, and
but is it
Netflix.
Amazon for their originals or is it Amazon for the shit that they have because
for the originals mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I'm watching a bunch of like Highlander, which is very old, but I think that's the order in which I watch shit right now. It's like mostly Disney, then Amazon, and then Netflix. I haven't turned on my Netflix on, I think, in like 2 months, maybe more.
No,
I don't remember the last time I watched Netflix.
They got some good docs on there, yo. As of lately.
I'm not, but I mean, to be fair, I'm not watching as much TV. I'm trying to stay away from watching so much TV because I'm staying at home. So I want to be more creative and do more things. But when I'm watching TV, like I said, Disney first, then Amazon, and Netflix is so far behind that legit, I started watching Cobra Kai and I saw the first episode and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And completely forgot that I watched it. That's how far Netflix is gone from my mind that I have to remember, like, oh yeah, Netflix. Oh yeah, there's things I'm watching there. But anyways, Amazon dropped the first 3 episodes of Invincible. And what a fucking drop that was.
Fire.
Fire. There was nothing. Talk about balance. We were talking about balance in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Talk about balance.
There's an amazing gumbo. You ain't taste too much this. You ain't taste too much that. You ain't taste too much of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like some cartoon show, like they're like, you're cartoony. You know what I mean? Like, no, this was dope. From the animation to the acting to the story to the drawing, bro. Like, they took. And like we were saying before, you can tell where they got inspired from, but it's either hilariously mocking them or enough that it's its own flavor, yo. Like, I love how when they're fighting, because they do that in anime all the time. When they're fighting, they switch up the animation. It gets a little more expensive. It gets a little more rich. You know what I'm saying? It gets a little more exaggerated when they're fighting. And I love that they did that.
It powers up.
I love that they did that, bro. Like that to me, I was like, oh, I know where they got this from, baby. It's like Naruto.
Yeah, baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, baby. And so, look, the basically first episode, to be very basic with it, because it's 3 of them, so we don't want to spend 2 hours talking about it. Word. By the way, the major thing that happened with this series is that every episode is 45 minutes long. You don't feel it.
And you don't feel it at all, bro. Look, I watched 2 episodes this morning, and I watched 1 last night. And when I watched the 2 I was like, oh, there's not 1 more? And literally, I was like, oh, I can't know next. Oh, damn.
So the first episode is about the main guy, Invincible.
Mark Grayson.
being the son basically of Superman.
Yep.
And
of Superman, Homelander, like just the guy. That's
his dad.
Yep.
And his dad saying, I'm from another planet, and basically we are superpower beings, and we go
by a certain time too. Also, you know what I mean? Like nobody hits 18 and don't got their powers where I'm from.
Right. And we go to every different planet as protectors of that planet. I met your mom. We had you. So you are half what I am. So eventually you get powers. You'll be super powerful. And this show starts with him having all the pressure of not having been that yet. He is not super powered yet. And
he's not the guy.
The fuck out.
He's not the guy.
Right.
He's not even the guy's friend.
Right. And eventually he gets his powers, and they go through all of the things from him getting his costume to getting his name to dealing with his dad but because this is 3 episodes again, let's mush them all together and kind of talk about him. So the things that jump out at me about the 3 episodes, number one, is his dad getting this jealousy of him being, because the series starts with basically the Justice League stopping a crime.
Yeah.
And they want to stop it before his father shows up. And they kind of have it under control, quote unquote. But he shows up and he's like,
Omni-Man goes hard, dog. He don't hold back. He's what he's Superman and Homelander, dog.
Yeah. He don't hold back, and he's like, hold on, let me punch you real quick. Let me see how you like that. Mm-hmm. And so that happens, and you can tell that he is the guy that everybody kind of feels like, here comes this motherfucker, the show off. Here comes the guy that can do it, or we're trying our best, and here comes fucking Mr. Show Off. And you go from that to seeing his kid not having the powers, dealing with high school, getting his ass kicked in school.
Getting bullied, yup.
Mm-hmm. And him always trying to stand to his father's standards. Even when he's not superpowered, he understands that he needs to be his dad. Yes. And they make a lot of effort to show you that that's what he means. He wants to be his father. That's what
his father wants him to be him. You understand what I'm saying?
His father. No, it's interesting because I don't think that's true. Because when he first gets his powers, his father says, "All right, let's go flying," and then he goes, "All right, punch me." And then
then when he was like, he was like, "Don't punch where I'm at, punch where I'm going," and then he hits him. But he's the egomaniac, though. That's the thing about his father, bro.
And that's what I was gonna get at. That I don't think his
that's
father
the Homelander.
Right. I don't think his father wants him to be Omni-Man. I think his father wants him to always wanna be Omni-Man. When he didn't have powers, he was fine.
Aspire to be me, but don't be me.
Right. Don't ever be better than me.
Don't ever get to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
When he punched him in the chest, that's fucking abuse, dude. Like, that was like, what the fuck just happened here? And he really showed you that motherfucker, his ego, is really driving him more than anything else. So Invincible gets his powers, goes to school, goes out and tries to get, he gets his costume. He tries to
save. He tries to attempt. He attempts a mission. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like when you're playing a video game and then a random mission comes and you're like, oh, maybe I should do it. But then you go and you're not on that level. Yeah.
Right. Get your ass whooped real quick. Yeah. That's what happens to him. So then there's an invasion that comes through. He meets Eve. He meets basically what would be the X-Men, right?
Yeah, yup.
Or the Junior Justice League, whatever you want to call it, but like he
Young
meets
Avengers,
them,
yeah.
the Young Avengers, yeah, and he kind of joins them. In the meantime, while this is all happening, and he's like stopping an invasion, right before that, his dad goes to what is the Justice League, and fucking kills them.
And murdered. No, whoa. He murders them. Murders. And cold blood.
It's not the same. You're right. Cold blood murder. Bro.
that's
What
that's
the
when I
fuck?
was like, oh yeah, they're going there. This is R.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't
So,
this isn't thinking
and by the way,
T17. No, this is R.
I have like the first. I have it somewhere. I have like the first collection of Invincible stories because a really good friend of mine that's now dead, who read comic books too, was like, "Hey, you got to read this. This is actually good. You're gonna love this." So I bought it, and I never read it. So I have like the first 50 issues or something in like this giant book. And after seeing those 3 episodes, I was like, "Oh, what have I been missing out on?" but also, but also, I always knew that the father did something bad. What I thought it was that his father. I thought what the story was in the comic book, and maybe it is. I don't know. So I'm not spoiling it, but if I am, I'm sorry. That his father, there was like a mastermind for evil that he didn't know who he was, and then he found out it was his father later on in the comic book. That's what I thought the comic book was, but I guess it's this: is that his father was just evil and killed, like murder the Justice League, and then went home and was like, I don't know what happened. And meanwhile, you have this demon detective, which is kind of like Etrigan. Yeah, Etrigan means Constantine meets Hellboy. That's just,
yo, I love it.
Yo, that is just like, this shit don't make no sense. Hold on, like, you think I'm not dumb, son? I know what the fuck is what. And yeah, you know, I don't think this is gonna last too long. This whole
charade,
hiding that he killed.
No, I think I legit. The JLA probably caught him doing something like weird, yo. You know what I mean? Exposed him, and he was like, "I just gotta kill him," or maybe he just got tired of them. That's the thing, you don't know with people who are like egomaniacs, like a Homelander. Like, you don't know. It could be something like, yo, they brought me the wrong coffee one time. Or it could be something big like, yo, they caught me killing somebody.
Mm-hmm. Or it could be like, these people annoy me.
Yeah, simple.
I can have my son catching up to my power and then have this group of superpower people. I'm going to go fucking kill him. I don't know what his reasoning was, but this demon detective is not letting it go.
No, he's not.
And I love it. He just pops off anywhere.
Anywhere and everywhere.
But this happens all before and during while I almost called this kid Yurik. Yurik is a character in a comic book called Why the Last Man. What's his son's name?
Oh, Mark,
sorry. So Mark is joining the super team. They killed the Justice League, basically his father did. And
now they're having tryouts.
They have tryouts, and one of the best fucking things that happens in this show is, number one, they do teenage love Antsy really well. Like, they have him, like, they do soap opera well in the show.
Yeah. No, it's a good balance, bro. It's just enough. It's just enough.
Yeah, because now he has this girl, Eve, that she's also a superhero. Mm-hmm. And then he wants to go out with her, kind of like, he likes her.
But then he got Amber, who's just,
but then, yeah, but she has a boyfriend. So he's like, oh, all right, you got a boyfriend.
She had a boyfriend episode 1 and 2.
Right. So then let me go talk to this other girl. And his gay best friend, he's just like, motherfucker, I'm going to hook you up because you can't hook yourself up. I'm going to do this for you. Yep. And so this black girl comes over. She's all over him. She likes him. And she's super cool. I like her a lot.
She's dope. I love her character, bro. I actually want them to be together.
But this is my problem. Yes, she's adorable, and I want them to be together. However, I think it makes more sense for him to get together with Eve. I swear, dude, this is a soap opera. Legit, like we like here, like talking about who's the best girl for him.
No,
like,
she doesn't appreciate his eggs and basil.
Because I mean, think about this. She's also a superhero.
She understands. She would understand the life.
There's no need
to hide.
They don't need to hide because they're both on the same level. So she finds her boyfriend. Eve finds her boyfriend Max, right, having a threesome with
another young Avenger, who is the duplicate girl. So she makes 3 of her, and it's a It's a party.
Which, by the way, I ain't mad at him because you know what I'm saying. I don't want to sound like a misogynistic piece of shit.
No,
but if they decided to have sex with each other, and if my girlfriend could turn into 3 girls, I would be a very, 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 very
I'd never
happy
leave my
man.
house, dog.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that because she might kick my ass later. But what I'm getting at is, as a teenager, and that's the point that it is that they're kids, and why wouldn't they do that? And kids think like that. Like we're thinking like we're transporting ourselves to being a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, and being like, yo, you can do this? All right, let's go.
Let's go.
And while this is happening, they're having trials for the Justice League. By the way, in episode 2, they have these aliens that keep coming back and destroying the city. And these aliens are aging faster than humans do. But what I find so great, so interesting, so fantastic is that every time they come back, it's like 3 days later or whatever.
Yep.
Like they're smarter, they have gotten their weapons better.
More
like
advanced, 3 days for us, decades for them.
And then Omni-Man comes down and he's like, after they come back the last time, these aliens,
They say halto.
they're kicking everybody's ass. And Omni-Man is like, hold on. I gotta be back. I gotta kick everybody's ass now. And he goes to the planet and destroys the whole fucking... he goes to their dimension and destroys the whole civilization. Like,
and not only that, forces them to make him a way home before destroying it. You ain't peeped that they opened it for him? Then he drops the thing and dips. And then they're like...
Unbelievable.
Fire. Again, I need another 3 episodes right now.
That egomaniac shit is just popping up right there in a level. And
this
you're
is
right.
my planet. And you remember, Earth is not yours to conquer. He said that. It's not yours to conquer. It's not yours.
It's mine, bitch.
It's mine.
It's mine. Shit. It's so... I want to watch it right now.
Me too, yo. It's so good, yo.
So good. So at the end of the 3-story arc, you're left with Eve getting heartbroken because she kind of went back to see Mark
and he was all...
and then she realized that, yeah, he was tonguing the other girl, and then she was like, good for you, Mark. Deep, and I was heartbroken.
In here.
So
it was in here.
Once again, guys, soap opera, check. Great. Action, check. Fantastic.
Original characters,
check. Great teenage antsy shit that, like, being a teenager and representing it in a fantastic way, check. Having a bad guy that is more interesting than the bad guys that you're seeing week to week, because the bad guy is so complex and so intertwined with the story that is fucking crazy. Check. This show is hitting all of the check. And
shout out to the fake Happy on the show.
The what?
The fake Happy.
What's the fake Happy?
The GDA's number 2 guy with the glasses. That's Tony Stark's Happy. You know what I mean? Like, that's that. Bro, you ain't peeped that? That's the fake Happy, bro.
Yo, because by the way, when the demon detective comes back, they have like a guy that also has superpowers that kind of runs the government side of things on the superheroes. And his second guy, he's Happy. I was so fucking... It was crazy when... after they have a wake for the JLA, they go back home. What's it called?
Omni-Man is talking about, Omni-Man's talking about some pizza.
Yeah.
Like, he's already done with it. He's done with, like, he's like, done with the
like,
funeral.
There's no, like, there's nothing's happening. And then you find out that Happy number 2 is like sitting around listening to his shit, and I'm like, this motherfucker's ain't playing.
Bugged up, plugged up, and I like that. I like that the main guy, the older dude, the Nick Fury, right, is kind of like playing the detective to push him to find out more, even though he knows where the detective is leading. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know you want to get to that shed, but I don't know how we can get to that shed. So you get us to that shed. You know what I'm saying?
And then we take it from there.
And we'll take
give
it
me
from
the proof I need.
Exactly.
And then I'll
the
show
dirty
up,
work.
and I'll take
do the
it.
dirt. Yup. Crazy.
Yo, this is so good, bro. There is nothing about this show I don't like.
Yeah,
there's not one thing about this show I don't like.
Not one thing, dog. Not one thing.
You know what I don't like? You know what I like? That I have to wait until Friday to watch it again. That's the only thing I don't like.
Thing, bro. No lie. Yo, no lie. I think I would have binged it, bro. I think I would have seen it all, though. I think I would have told you, yo, let's just record Sunday. And let's go.
Yo, I watched the first episode on my lunch break on Friday, right? Because I'm working from home. So I sit on my lunch break, watch the first episode. I didn't eat. I just watched this shit. And I said, damn, I got to go back to work. Damn. And then I said, no, for real, I was like, yo. And then I come back to work. I'm working. And all I'm thinking about is like, yo, when is this clock going to hit 6:30? Like, when? Bro, I haven't eaten, by the way. Let me be clear on this. I haven't eaten, by the way. So at a certain point, you know, like when I had a little bit of downtime, I got up, I made myself a sandwich, I ate it. I'm sitting at the computer, I ate it, and I'm working. The moment it hit 6:30, I shut my computer off, and I went right into the living room and watched the next 2 episodes. Like nothing happened. Bro, like,
yo,
continue. Like a fucking fiend. Like a fiend, bro.
Yo.
It was so good.
No lie, dog. I woke up with that on my mind. And I went to the car, rolled up, watched it. I said, "Oh, there's another episode." Rolled up again, and then when I was done, I was like, "Oh, there's not another one."
So,
yo, that's good. Yo, that's good stuff. Good stuff, people. Let me know what y'all think about that. Let us know.
Yeah, please. Let us know what you thought about Invincible. Please go watch. It's so fucking good.
It's really good. Like, we're not even just trying to hype it up. There's no money. Like, Amazon isn't paying us anything.
I mean, if Amazon wants to pay me to say that it's good.
Of course. Listen.
I'm here for you.
Listen, if you want to sponsor, I don't care what y'all doing with the workers over there. You heard? The workers in the warehouse. If y'all not feeding them, or there's no AC, or there's no water, or they get yelled at for going to pee. If you want to sponsor me, let me know. You heard?
Oh, I just broke my shit. Yo, yes, we don't care, Amazon, if you want to give us money. If you don't give us money, fuck y'all, you
for
fucking
real
abusive motherfuckers.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
But if you want to give us money, we're on your side.
Hey, get sponsor. Come on, baby. That's how you make it in America. You sell out.
Make it rain, baby. Make it rain. Yeah, I think that's it. Do you want to do? We're not doing.
Nah, we don't need we don't need a quick blitz.
Nah, no
quick
blitz. We have plenty of shit to talk about. I think it's gonna be like this for a few weeks because
because we're
gonna have 2 shows.
Double fisting.
Oh wait, that was wrong. That looked wrong. I meant drinking, but it looked okay. Take it how you want to. I don't care anymore. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hitting like, subscribing.
And tell somebody to tell somebody. Always tell somebody.
Always tell somebody to tell somebody. And we'll see you next week with some more Pop Nerdom.
Yeah.
Peace in the Middle East.